Hi, today we're going to be doing a fun lab called Mysterious M&Ms, and as you can see here, these are some of the things you might want to get ready. So I have water, some clear plastic plates, at least one kind of candy. I bribed my children with lots of kinds of candy, and then possibly some liquids. In place of the plates, you can just use something that you have around the house. I've got some different containers that I found here, best if they don't have color, so that you can see the colors of the candy more easily. So we're ready for our first experiment here, and one of the first things you want to do is observe the M&Ms. So you can see both my dirty dishes, my children, and the M&Ms here. What kind of colors, what kind of layers do you see on the outside? Do you see on the inside? Do you notice that they're melting? And now we're going to put these M&Ms into water to see what happens when you put the M&M in there. So we've got about half a cup of water here in each plate, and we're going to watch these M&Ms for about 1 minute. So move each M&M into that half cup of water, and we're going to see what happens. That coating is made out of food coloring and sugar, and so you can see that it will begin to diffuse or spread out as it dissolves. And you want to be making a note of if you see a difference in the different colors. So 3 different colors, giving them that minute. We've also got the control just sitting there in air to make sure they don't dissolve in air as a comparison. Got a nice big circle around orange there, a little bit less on blue, about the same on green. And you might notice that the parts of the M&Ms, the tops that were not submerged in water, actually didn't dissolve, right? So I need those water molecules to dissolve the coating. There's a ruler to give you a little idea of how big those circles are, put a little bit of a quantity on it. As we're looking at this and noticing that the tops did not dissolve, that, like a good scientist, might be thinking, hey, let me fix the experiment next time to make it better. You can also see at the bottom where the M&M touched the plate, it wasn't able to dissolve either, wasn't contacting as much water, and that was true for all of them. So this time around, we're going to improve our experiment and use 2/3 of a cup of water. That should hopefully cover the entire M&M. So anytime you can improve your science, you want to do that. So more water, same experiment. We just changed the one variable, and that was increasing the water. So again, we're going to give these M&Ms 1 minute and see what happens. It's always important to redo your experiments a few times too, because then you know that you have consistent results and you have a higher level of confidence in your results. So we're seeing a lot like last time, except for now most of the M&Ms are submerged. It looks like still the very top of the orange and blue are not quite submerged, so maybe a bit more than 2/3 of a cup of water would be even better. So again, you want to write down observations. Notice that M is not dissolving. As well, you could see that especially on the green one. So now we're going to do another variable, or look at another variable, and this time the variable is how do different types of orange candy dissolve. So we've got orange M&Ms, orange Skittles, and orange Reese's. You can vote for your favorite. I fed my children their favorite when they were done here. So these are each sitting in water. So this time the variable I changed was the type of candy. So there's my M&M, looks familiar. Here's a Skittle, and here is the Reese's. And again, you want to write down observations about how quickly they are dissolving. You can see some pretty significant differences there, and that would hint at some differences in the ingredients and their solubility in those coatings. Not much happening with the Reese's Pieces there. Those are really delicious though. So write down some observations there. That white is a hard candy shell. Also, if you bite into a Skittle, you'll see it's white inside. So next experiment, we're going to test another variable, and that's the temperature of water. There are so many ideas for these, so feel free to come up with your own ideas. So we're going to use room temperature water like we have been for the first set of orange M&Ms. Notice we're back to all M&Ms, so we're keeping that constant. We're going to have some hot water over here on the end, and then we've got some ice water in the middle. So the only thing that we are changing here is the temperature of the water that these M&Ms are going to be in. And you might remember from an earlier lab that there's a difference in how fast the particles are moving, right? The hotter the water, the faster the water molecules are moving, and that energy may have an impact on how fast we're able to dissolve. This is almost instantaneously, you can see a difference here in how the M&Ms are dissolving. It's kind of cool to watch, actually. So in the boiling water, remember, it's not boiling anymore, but it's very hot. The particles have a lot of energy, or the molecules in the water, so they are able to take that energy and knock those sugar molecules off. Ice water is where your water molecules are moving most slowly, and you can see that that makes an impact on how fast it dissolves and how far that orange color diffuses in the plate. So here's a little close-up. Also notice, see that M there is not dissolving? So that tells us that the M is not quite as water soluble as the other ingredients there. And here's our room temperature water. So you can see some difference again in the dissolving and the diffusing, or the spreading out. Here with the hot water, we actually got the entire white candy shell to dissolve for the first time too, which is kind of cool. One more zoom in, there's that M floating. That M is not as water soluble. Other things you might try is dissolving the candies in some different liquids. Here we tried vinegar, 7-Up, and canola oil. You can see some difference there. Here's a little up close of red. We kept the same candy, same color, but we put it in different liquids. So you always want to control what you can. And then finally, just for fun, I was told that this was a fun thing going around on TikTok this summer. So we have M&Ms all lined up, and we have something called laminar flow, which is not turbulent, but just straight, orderly flow of the different colors coming off of the M&Ms. So sped this up a little bit. It's just fun to watch. What a waste of delicious M&Ms. And if we can do this with one candy, today's lesson is why not try it with another candy. So once you're done making this one, jump right into the middle of Skittles. I actually like the colors on this one even better. And again, these are dissolving because the sugar coatings are water soluble. So thanks for watching. I hope you try some of your own experiments at home.